Hey guys, this is just going to be a video covering all of the level 2 strikers, gold strikers rather. That was a hiccup, by the way. I've got the hiccups. I've had them for a few hours. Can't seem to get rid of them, and so yeah, you're going to be stuck with me with the hiccups. So let me go ahead and explain what I mean by level 2 gold strikers, because this whole level system is something I came up with myself, and I didn't share it with anyone, so I do need to explain it. And basically, level 1 gold strikers are 75 rated to 77 rated. Level 2 is 78 to 83. Level 3 is 84 to 86. Level 4 is 87 to 89, and level 5 is 90 and up. So, not very many level 5s out there anywhere, but this is just going to be the level 2 strikers in the BPL with the exception of Benjiani. And he can definitely hang with the rest of them. I'll talk about him when I get to him. But Davies is in the class with Kite and Santa Cruz and Peter Crouch. There he is. And what that class is really, really strong heading, really tall, pretty slow, fairly poor finishing, fairly poor dribbling. Fairly poor dribbling. And basically all these players are good for is over the top through balls. And the best way, and I think really, the best way, and I think really the only way to really utilize these players to the best of your advantage is to run the 4-4-1-1 formation with a really strong center forward behind them and someone with really good passing. So, yeah, Davies isn't really the best at that. If you're on a budget and you really want to do that, then go with Davies. But if you're on a budget, you probably aren't quite as talented at the game. And this type of strategy with the 4-4-1-1 is definitely not for newcomers. You have to be pretty experienced to do it effectively. And you may think, oh, it's easy with just over the top through balls. It's really not, because the strikers get really isolated, so you have to really set up that over the top through ball. Kite just better at it than Davies. Santa Cruz, once again, same thing, better at it than Davies. Benjiani, he's a former Man City player. He costs 400 coins, as you can see there. And don't quote me on this, but I'm 90% certain that he has the highest strength stat in the Barclays Premier League for a attacker, and he is super strong, and he's decently fast, and he's absolutely amazing. Please, you will be shocked. Please just go out and buy this guy for 300-400 coins. You can use him for his contracts and then discard him if you want to, but he is amazing. Much better than most of the strikers. Most of the strikers I'm going to talk about today. This is such a horrible commentary. I got the hiccups. Peter Crouch, he's so tall. He's probably the best out of the bunch for these over-the-top through balls. Kite's also really good. So either between him and Kite, that is. Obafemi Martins is a pace whore. So basically, that's pretty much all there is to it. Through balls, and pace. Just pace. And he's left-footed. So basically what you want to do, is put a right-footed player on the left side if you're running two strikers, and put a left-footed player on the right side. That way they can cut back inside onto their strong foot to finesse. Denvaba is not a goalkeeper. He's a striker. This card is messed up. Denvaba is pretty strong, pretty fast. He's just well-balanced. Mario Balotelli is not a goalkeeper either. Mario Balotelli is a striker. And he is the same thing as Denvaba, just a little bit better at it. He's got a little bit better finishing. And I think he's about just as fast, and he's got just about the same strength. Mario Balotelli is probably the best all-around balanced right-footed striker you'll be able to find in level 2 golds for the Barclays Premier League. Luis Saha is a little bit slower than his right-footed counterparts in behind Balotelli, but he's probably the best balanced left-footed striker you can find in the level 2 category. So if you don't really want the pace in Obafemi Martins and you rather have the finishing and the dribbling and the heading, then Luis Saha is your left-footed guy. Carew, he's really not that good. He's a lot slower than the stats suggest, and his finishing's kind of poor. His heading's really good, but he's not quite as tall as, say, like Kaut or Kite, whichever it is, or Peter Crouch. So he doesn't fit that good into the 4-4-1-1 strategy. Agbonlahor and Bent are both right-footed pace horse. Agbonlahor being the most notable one. I'm sure you all hate him with a burning passion. But Bent is a little bit slower than him. He's stronger, got better finishing, got a better heading. So Jovanovic is a really good all-around balanced striker. Put him right there with Balotelli and Denver. And he's cheap. And Suarez here just went for 1,200. This is a really good buy, actually. Suarez has extremely good finishing, really good dribbling. I believe he's 4-star skill moves, and just like in real life, he's a monster. Even though in real life, I think he's actually kind of overrated, to be honest, but I won't really get into that. He hasn't really proved himself in the BPL, to be honest. But then again, I really don't want you to take my opinion for granted because I am extremely biased since I'm still bitter that Alphonso Alves turned out to be such a fluke for Middlesbrough, because Suarez came from Ajax just like Alphonso Alves, and Alphonso Alves just flopped big time in the championship. So yeah, don't take my opinion to mean anything. Then there's the inform 80 Bengiani for 5,000. This is really expensive, but he is the only strikers in the BPL that's probably better than him are probably in the game, that is probably Sergio Aguero, Fernando Torres, Carlos Tevez if you can get him as a striker, and pretty much anyone up like Wayne Rooney or Didier Drogba, those guys. But he's basically a really cheap version of Didier Drogba. He's got about the same strength and pace as Didier Drogba in game, and he's got a little bit lower dribbling, a little bit lower finishing, slightly lower heading than Didier Drogba. He's basically 5K for a mini Didier Drogba, and he's an awesome player, and I think he should probably be in any Barclays Premier League team if you can afford him. If you reach level 2 or level 3 in the goals, then you should have this guy, and if you don't, you either don't know or you have no excuse, because he's amazing. Even if you use him as a sub, if you have like Wayne Rooney and Dimitar Berbatov up front, put this guy on your bench and use him as a sub. He's a monster. And then Jermaine Defoe, I wouldn't really recommend him. He's just kind of balanced striker. He's got decent finishing than like Balotelli, but he's slower because his pace stats suggest, because his acceleration is rather low, and he doesn't have any header whatsoever. So I wouldn't really go for Jermaine Defoe, but he's good. It's just there's some better options than like Balotelli. And Denver Ba kind of, I don't know, is a toss-up between Ba and Defoe. But Balotelli is probably, out of the bunch, in the pace horse category, the best I think is Darren Bent. He's a little bit slower than Agbonlahor, but he's so strong and super overpowered. And then Obafemi Martins for your left-footed pace player. For the balance category, Balotelli is probably going to be your best right-footed, and then by default, Luis Saha is going to be your best left-footed. That's the only one I show you. But Suarez is also a very good contender for that. Actually, I take that back. Suarez is better than Balotelli, but Balotelli is a little bit cheaper. Suarez is probably around 1,500. What I saw as a steal. But any of those two would be fine. And then for your height guy, I don't know too much about this category because I don't play it much in the BPL. I used this formation in the Liga BBVA a little bit, and it was challenging, it was difficult, but yeah, it seemed to work for me alright then. I haven't played with all of these players. I haven't played with Santa Cruz before. And I did on FIFA 10 because he was a Man City player, and I'm a Man City fan. But Kite I played with, he's very good at what he does, and so is Peter Crouch, who I've also played with. Other than that, I played with every single one of these players, every single one of them except for Santa Cruz, Davies, and yeah, I played with everyone else. So those are my recommendations. That's what I think about it. And that's what you can get on a budget in level 2 gold attackers in the BPL. Thanks for watching, guys.